Hello my lovelies and welcome to my channel WYRD is the New Black. My name is Kat and this is a state of play reading on your person. And I'm getting a weird channel with this. Oh, it's just so strange. What I'm hearing, what I'm seeing actually is the London Underground tube system. And I'm hearing that tannoy voice that plays every so often that says, mind the gap. When the train pulls in, mind the gap, because there's a small gap between the platform and the train. I mean, literally, you'd have to be a very small person to fall down that gap. But, you know, it makes people watch their feet and actually manage to take a normal human step. But I'm feeling that it's almost like from the perspective of your person, I'm standing at the platform looking at the train. From the perspective of your person, the gap is like huge. One minute it looks huge and the next minute it looks normal, and then it's kind of morphing in and out of, it's really surreal. It's like it's bending like a hall of mirrors or something. There's something very surrealistic about the energy that I'm seeing, or distorted. I feel like your person's perspective of like there being a gap, maybe a gap in your relationship, a gap in, maybe it's just a simple decision for them to take a small step forward that would change everything, is what I'm getting, or change or have like impact maybe in the physical, but in a positive sense. It could be like a job that involves commuting, or an actual travel here in terms of moving location, or maybe even visiting, or it may be that they're like considering coming to see you even, or it could be anything like that, is what I'm getting. It's like, it's almost like Spirit is saying, don't overmind the gap. I mean, that it's, the gap in this person's mind is like a major hurdle to them getting on the train. It's like the most significant factor. It's almost like they're not seeing the train. And it's like I'm hearing one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. It feels like a threshold moment. It feels like, you know, it's a simple action, but it has bearing on this person going forward, especially in terms of maybe money or living arrangements, or even health up here. I do feel like with some of these people, for what I'm getting, is that their mental health may be maybe off key at the moment for some of these people, because of this distortion energetic that I'm picking up, of this like reflective, the reality that they see reflected back at them is not a true gauge of what's in front of them. And I think, you know, they're being hyper cautious or hyper vigilant. There may be even some edging of paranoia or acute anxiety, or there could be substances in this person's space. There could be an energy of drugs, or some kind of something that's affecting them on the physical. Could be even hallucinogenics, is what I'm getting from this. It's really, but for some others it's almost like a mental health situation, is what I'm feeling. That this is a very a seemingly normal situation, but it feels like an internal energy. Actually, it feels like acute fear, or facing, I feel like your person might be having a bit of a crisis. I've just got to put that out there. I feel like they might be having a bit of a mental crisis. I feel like their perception on reality is distorted. I'm seeing The Man with the Golden Gun, James Bond film, and at the end, like, Bond goes into this like labyrinth of mirrors, and it's all very carnival, and it's like, yeah, and I'm getting that vibe of like carnival rides and clowns laughing, and it's like some distorted 70s thriller, like it's like arty 70s thriller. It's giving me this kind of very bent version of reality, that is going on with your person. So gosh, like hopefully we can get a better gauge on what's happening here. Mind the gap, but don't overmind the gap. Do not overmind the gap. The boat, there's that traveling energy. There's the sense of wanting to move forward, and there's the alien at the bottom. So yeah, it may be that your person is feeling confronted by having to do something or enter into something new, or new waters is what I'm getting, and they feel really completely alien to this setup or alien to this situation, or new is what I'm getting, or out a fish out of water, or there's a lot of fear about being accepted is what I'm getting here. A lot of fear about being seen as strange or unusual or odd or not fitting in, or maybe their behavior being off. Because if it's a drug addiction, and I am picking that up for some of these people, that it could be that they feel that they're not acting normally. They're trying to get to a calmer space. They are trying to make headway, but they're feeling very... It feels not a natural environment for them, or there's something very challenging that would seem maybe easy or straightforward for other people, but they don't feel like others. They feel different. They feel, they feel abnormal. That's what I'm getting from this frequency. Yeah, and the bin is creeping out underneath, and this is giving me a strong sense of like 5 of coins, sense of rejection, sense of fear of abandonment or rejection, or not being worthy because they're different, or because they don't feel like they fit in, or this person is trying to make headway though, but their self-worth is I feel like they're physically not doing brilliantly, some of these people as well. It feels in the body, it feels internal, this kind of crazy carnival energy, and this fear factor that I'm picking up. Oh, we've got the shackles. So they're blocked in moving forward because they feel stuck, or they feel they're kind of entrapping themselves almost. I'm getting the weird. Oh, this is so strange. Right. Spirit showing me this person like standing on the platform and then like chaining themselves to railings, and it's almost like a protest or a demonstration is what I'm getting, but they're not demonstrating about anything. Spirit's like the way they're behaving, the way they're clinging on to old forms, or to their particular space, to that is unhealthy, when they do want to move away from... I feel like them getting on the train would be a bloody great thing for this person. It would be awesome. They would be jumping into a slipstream energy. They would be going at a quicker speed. They wouldn't have to worry about... They could just relax and enjoy the journey and enjoy the process. But I feel like this person is really anxious about somebody else being in control of that process, or them being part of a group or a community looking to further themselves. Like they feel so different. This person feels very, very conflicted, like confused, conflicted, struggling to identify reality and fantasy, and possibly even in the physical. And I think it's a lot to do with the nervous system. This for me is about like winding down, relaxing, and this feels very stressed, this shackles. Maybe they feel like, their definite spirit is definitely showing me an image of this person being shackled to the platform, making a point of refusing to take a leap or take a normal step, because even though they might want to, because they're so afraid of stepping over the gap, which only they're looking at. They're looking at the gap rather than the train. They're looking at an obstacle that's not an obstacle, is what I'm getting. Yeah, this person is more than capable of getting into this slipstream energy. I feel like there's a sense of dislocation and hot and cold. It's hot and cold. So odd, this frequency. Who is this person? Yeah, they choose to entrap themselves. They don't have to feel trapped, but they are choosing to do so. They're making a point. It's an ego space is what I'm getting with this trophy. They could just be making a point, like, I'm not moving because you've told me I should, or it's an obvious thing to do. But I actually think it's fear underlying this, which again, obviously it belongs to the ego as well, but it could be coming across as being really making a point, really being like refusing to move forward in their life, to jump into this slipstream energy and therefore getting themselves trapped. Yeah, got the plaster at the bottom of the deck. This is causing themselves injury or discomfort or putting themselves in an untenable situation just to be able to declare victory, but actually behind it is a sense of wounding. Behind it is a sense of really deep unworth. The unworthiness is what I'm feeling to say. Yeah, the monsters of the mind. Jeez, I mean, it's like what's hidden under the bed kind of energy. It's like what's down the gap. It's almost like, I don't know, it's like Mordor's down there or something. It's so bizarre. Okay, so we've got feminine energy coming out here. They could feel like a strong, like unbreakable connection here to a successful feminine, but also somebody who feels in a superior position because they may be encouraging your person to shackle themselves, is what I'm getting. So this could be a third-party frequency if that resonates for you. And it gives them a sense of dominance. I feel like the feminine energy here needs to be watched. It, like, not necessarily you, but I feel like there's a this is feeling very, very confused. Yeah, have you cut this person off maybe? And in that, I don't know, I feel like there's victory in the truth here, or there's victory in cutting free from something here. But I also feel like there may be another frequency, a third party energy is what I'm getting. And if that's the case, I feel like this person is very domineering. They want to constantly in a position of superiority or winning. And they don't want your person to depart or leave or move on or... Yeah, but your person doesn't look like they're moving on at the moment. They're chaining themselves to a railing and protesting about I'm not quite sure what. They're making out that things are a problem, or they're deflecting energy because they're actually very scared about making a change in their life at this point. I feel like you may have cut this person off. There could be a strong emotional energy between the two of you, or definitely in your person's camp is what I'm getting. It feels a bit wobbly in your person's camp. And Spirit is encouraging this movement. Get on the train. Get on the train. Don't mind the gap. Don't worry about it. Like, Just take a normal step. We know you feel vulnerable. That's what I feel like Spirit is saying to this person. But we feel like you could break free and become a truly unique version of who you are, and see that in glowing terms instead of alien terms, instead of not being able to fit in, or feeling like you have to make a deal out of something in order to justify your behavior, to not want change, to be stuck, to be rigid, to not move forward, even though we know it's what you want. That's what I'm getting coming through here. The Dove. I feel like they want a reconciliation, but they're holding themselves back. So that could be the fear here, the fear of trying to bridge a gap between the two of you. The fear of having to make a decision to get into a larger energetic stream, or to change aspects of the physical in terms of their health and well-being, or their mental state for sure, their emotion, that potentially their work situation or their location is also what's coming through. Something to do with money as well, it could be, or their income. But I'm feeling that there's a real sense of feeling tied to this concept of feeling the need or the hope of reconciliation, but this person is also trying to cut themselves off or shut down, or the heart space feels really disassociated, feels really dislocated. There's the third party energy coming through under there. It may well have gone cold with the third party, is what I'm getting from this, or a sense of, or they're joined together by this sort of codependent energy of fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. And maybe that's something that's like that your person is recognizing here. They're recognizing that this third party frequency is maybe attractive, but there's no access, there's no warmth to a heart space, is what I'm feeling from this. And maybe they're tied in their mind to a concept of reconciling, possibly with you, or they feel that trapped because they have reconciled. I'm not quite sure here. So there's a sense of, wanting a victory within a community, or wanting to be perceived potentially as leading or winning in this community. But there's the bin underneath, directly contradicting that energy, is a sense of lack of worth, is a sense of feeling trashed. And they could be shocked at how they're feeling. I feel like I'm coming back to your person is having a bit of a crisis of self-worth, like a crisis about how they feel about themselves. Yeah, it's I feel like they're getting insight. I feel like they are making headway, but I feel like in doing so, it's very difficult. It's very challenging. It's confronting them with their fears. They need to be able to cut through and see the truth in this situation. It could be that this potential feminine third party, and they don't have to be female, they could just be occupying the feminine energy, but I feel like, this is your person, I feel like they can be really sharp, and it's all to gain a victory. It's like some of the things that this person says are really very cutting, and it's to get the last word, to have the last word is what I'm feeling with that, like, so that they can declare a victory, and it could even be within a community or in a setup. All the devils coming out under this feminine energies. Again, the vibes I was getting, and then there's the tear at the bottom, and I'm hearing crocodile tears. Oh Lord, I feel like this person, this female, is very manipulative with their language, with their words, very hurtful. They twist the knife is what I'm hearing. And I feel like they're very emotional, and they use their emotional content, like they play on that, and I'm hearing, turning on the waterworks. And saying what needs to be said, or like making it sound right. They're very good at like sounding is what I'm getting, sounding plausible or sounding genuinely hurt, or it's all manipulation. It's all manipulation. Again, the third party card. I feel like that your person may be dealing with very manipulative, very domineering energy is what I'm getting. And they are... Yeah, this person's using reverse psychology. That's what Spirit is saying. And your person is falling for it because they're chaining themselves to the platform instead of getting on the train when they want to get on the train. But somehow I feel that this third party may have convinced them that chaining themselves to the platform is... And they've done it by saying, oh, you should get on the train. Knowing your person, out of a sense of ego or pride, is going to refuse to do that and make a point of it. But actually, secretly, that's what this third party wants. This is all a bit complicated. Probably going to resonate with like one of you. Seriously, like a bit strange up here. But I don't trust this feminine energy up here. And I'm not picking that up for you in the devil energy. I feel like you may have already cut away. I feel like you may have gained victory by basically cutting away the devil energy. But I'm feeling, and breaking maybe some kind of codependence that you had with this person. Moving forward, breaking free, claiming victory. That's what it's feeling. And I feel like your person really wants to do that. They kind of want to follow. Yeah, they know which train to take because they've seen you take it. That's what I'm getting. They know the gap's no big deal. You can do it. It's okay. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. But there is another very... I think the female energy is coming up with this devil, not necessarily because this person is female, but because this person is very good at projecting an acceptance of your person leaving, or your person... It's almost like they want to disturb a community as well. Reverse psychology. I keep hearing that. Reverse psychology. They know how to play the game. That's what I'm getting. It's the mirror. And I'm getting dark energy, that distorted carnival flavour, the weird mirrors, the James Bond allegory, the chess piece at the bottom of the deck. It's all like a big game to disorientate or confuse or baffle or your person. And I don't think your person needs much encouragement in the confusing, baffling, like paranoid, anxious, distorted frequency at all. But it serves somebody here. It serves them. I feel like for you, you've actually done a lot of reflection on the negative aspects or the toxic elements potentially that were within this relationship or between you and your person. Yeah, we've got the toxic hair coming out under the chess piece. Like, I feel like you're strategizing a way to not sort of encounter this frequency, or to keep it at bay is what I'm getting, or to cut away from it entirely for some of you, to sidestep. But I feel like somebody here, this third party frequency, very strategic, really strategic, with this sense of kind of oh, I don't know. Like they're very confident in themselves, this person, like extremely confident in themselves. And within the community as well, I feel like they may feel that they have the backing of other people, and that's another reason that gives them a sense of superiority, is what I'm feeling over your person. And your person is dealing with a sense of entrapment, and spirit is trying to help them see that moving or departing is going to bring them a sense of peace. They're going to feel a sense of freedom. They're not going to feel stuck in a survival mode. I'm hearing that as well. It's the dolphin. Yeah, with the dolphin and the boat and the spirit wings, I feel like spirit's saying, look, trust the process, jump into the slipstream, enjoy the journey, go with the flow. You're not out of control within the stream. Yes, it's a force that's bigger than you, but you are still directionally within it. The ocean is bigger than the dolphin. There's plenty of slipstreams in the ocean, but the dolphin is adept and capable of movement and agility. And I feel like your person's sort of forgotten that they are agile. They feel fixed. The pin at the bottom, they feel fixed. They feel, you know, rigid to a degree, or it's almost hopeless, and yet it isn't. It's ludicrous that they would think it was hopeless when there's literally an opportunity and open doors and a threshold energy standing in front of them. Okay, so maybe they want to write in order to reconcile, but maybe I feel like if they do, they feel very trapped. They don't really know what to do about this. And again, it's because they possibly don't know what direction they should be taking with the map underneath. They don't know how to plot their course, or they're struggling to work out how to navigate from here. Or then there could be great opportunities in front of this person, like new energy, fresh energy, new physical setup, new jobs, a new way of seeing themselves, a new experience, a shared experience, with the tree coming up at the middle. Like, that's like family, community, but it's also body and physical health. And with the devil here next to it as well, again, I'm feeling that distortion around the physical energy. Some of these people could definitely have an addiction issue or a substance issue that is affecting them on the physical and affecting their brain as well. I always see brains when I see tree branches. They look like brains. Yeah, the neurological pathways. There's misfiring going on here. There's a corruption in your person's energy or nearby to them that is, but if they're allowing it in, which I feel like they are, they're just confusing themselves, or they're allowing a very negative energy to sneak into their community or sneak into their sense of feeling like they're achieving something or able to break free or able to win in some way, shape or form, able to claim victory. This energy could be very undermining, but it's so subtle. The undermining could be coming in the form of compliments. Very subtle energy. Like reflecting back but distorting it on purpose. It's like backhanded compliments. I freaking hate that energy. When somebody's like, oh, you look nice, meaning exactly the opposite. It's like, it's that kind of thing. You're like, oh, why would they waste their breath? But at the same time, it's manipulative. It's more subtle than that is what I'm getting. This person's very good at projecting success. So we've got the robot going down here, and that is giving me that anxiety again. And maybe this person is very anxious about some kind of reconciliation. Could be within their family, could be with you. I feel like they're feeling disassociated, they're feeling disconnected, they're feeling not in their heart space, and they know things aren't right. They know that things aren't okay. The sun is here. That to me is like obvious energy. It's transparent. They're aware that they're not carrying this energy in its genuine form. yeah, they're putting on a show for a third party frequency, either for the third party or with the third party. Yeah, they're heartbroken. Look, that's the energy that's like coming through, this like unworthiness, heartbreak. And it could be to do with time, or the time that things have taken here, or over time it is feeling like it's unraveling your person somewhat. Again, there it is. Third party card finally coming up. I feel like your person could be having like issues with their joints. I don't know why I feel the need to say that. It could be for some of them it's with their teeth and their bones. I feel like definitely mental headspace is an issue here. And they feel like, I'm seeing their little ear things on this robot as being like mufflers, almost like they can't hear properly, that they are, again, there's a sense of removal from physicality or reality. And I feel like this is, they're responding or reacting in a pre-programmed conditioning way that is very strongly pronounced with this devil nearby. It's very negative pre-programmed energy. But there's no heart in this space. I feel like your person may be afraid of the consequences, afraid of the backstabbing, or of the truth this person may have over them. That's an energy coming through as well, almost like a blackmailing energetic. I really don't like this frequency, this feminine energy up here. It's like giving me nasty vibes. Nasty vibes. It could be a member of their family. It doesn't have to be. But it could be a member of their community. It could just even be like a friend or somebody that they're connected to. But again, for most of them, I'm feeling it's a partner. It could have been going on for some time. The tree is a mature energy, so that gives me a sense of several years at least. Yeah, I do not like this. And we've got the question mark at the bottom of the deck. I feel like a person is so confused. So confused about the actions they're taking. I don't feel like your person's actions are marrying at all with what they're feeling on an inner level. I feel like they're giving it, they're putting on a straight face. Like they're trying not to give away this heartbreak, this sense of being heartbroken. Again, it could have been to do with being cut off. It doesn't have to be, but I do feel for some of you that's the case. But they're also very afraid of reprisal or someone else having some kind of power over them. The alien wanted to fall out, but it didn't. So again, a sense of alienation coming through. The crystal ball. Again, two reflective cards with the mirror and the crystal ball. Feel like there's a lot of shadow self-work being looked at here, and there's a distortion with your person's feminine energy. Whether they're masculine or feminine, there's issues around the feminine here. And I feel like there could be issues around being possibly dominated by a feminine energy in their past. Could be a family member, or dealing in that space. I feel like they're very intuitive, your person generally, but currently there's a lot of confusion in their intuition. They're like chasing their tail a little bit. There could be a strong sense of this feminine energy trying to encourage your person down the wrong avenue, down the wrong pathway, into a space of temptation or distortion. but your person is trying to cut through. They're trying to reflect. They're trying to use their intuition. There's very intense energy going on up here. I mean, the intensity of this space, it could be to do with a strength, some strong kind of, it's strong decisional energy that they're confronted with. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like your person just can't stay in the position that they're in. It's untenable. They can't be like chained to a railing. I mean, it's not going to work out for anybody. Over time, as time passes, the choice has to be made. Time is ticking. There's a window here for this train departing the station, this opportunity moving off, this slipstream being missed out upon. The hook. That's the addictive energy that I'm getting. It's really strong. It's really strong. I think your person recognizes it, though. I think they recognize that there is some kind of mental energy that is very uncomfortable, unhealthy, repetitive, conditioned, and strategic. With this chess piece here, it could be that they over intellectualize and they pull themselves out of the heart space and they try and engage in games with this person, and they are winding up losing and losing and losing because it's distracting them from aiming towards something that they want, which could be a family, could be new beginnings, could be a better relationship with the child even. A fresh start, that's what I'm getting. But instead, they're waving it off, or they're pretending that it's not important. They're playing it cool. They're really playing it cool. I really don't know what to say about this one. It's so confused. Yeah, the storm clouds. And I think I'm going to leave it there because it's turbulent in your personal space. It's incredibly changeable. I do feel like they're quite sensitive. I do feel like they're a creative person. But I do feel like they're very heartbroken. What can I say? They're incredibly heartbroken, your person, at the moment, and very emotional. And they are exhausted, and they're feeling like they're blocked. But they're blocking themselves, and it could be about like the past or nostalgia that's keeping them in this zone. But there's something else going on here with the distortion in that energy, and I really hope that resonated. And if it did, please like, subscribe and share, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye guys.